$2 million. It's 1 a.m. and you're staring at your phone. $2 million. The decimal still sitting there. 2 zeros after it. Your aunt is dead. You barely knew her. And her estate, split 2 ways, just cleared your account this morning. You and your brother, Marcus. $2 million each. You read it again. The number doesn't move. You have never held money like this. You have never held 1/100th of it. Tomorrow, you have to decide what to do with it. And here is the thing nobody tells you. The money is not the story. The money never moves on its own. Every decision you could make with it is a different version of the rest of your life. So let's walk through every one of them. The same $2 million, 8 different endings. Level 1, you spend it. This is the version where you don't decide anything. You just start buying. The car comes first. It always comes first. $140,000, and you don't even flinch. You sign with a pen they hand you and drive it off the lot the same afternoon. Then the watch. $22,000. The trip. $30,000 for 2 weeks you'll barely remember. The apartment with the view. $6,400 a month. Because $2 million feels like it has no bottom. It has a bottom. The salesman, Anthony, shakes your hand at the door and says, "Welcome to the good life." You believe him. For about a year, you are the richest person anyone you know has ever met. The dinners are on you. The bottle is on you. The whole table is on you. You don't track it. Tracking it would ruin the feeling. By year 2, the account that said $2 million says $740,000. By year 3, $210,000. By year 4, the card gets declined at the same restaurant where you used to buy the whole table. You never bought a single thing that paid you back. You bought feelings, and feelings expire. Marcus calls. He still has his $2 million. He asks if you're okay. You say you're fine. You feel something shrink inside you that has nothing to do with money. The money doesn't care. The first rule, money you didn't build, you don't respect. And what you don't respect, you spend. Level 2, you give it away, not to strangers, to the people you love, which is how you tell yourself it isn't a mistake. Word travels fast. $2 million cannot stay a secret in a family. Your Uncle Ray needs $40,000 for a sure thing. Your cousin needs $12,000 for the wedding. Your mother would never ask, so you give her $200,000 before she can, and her face does something that makes the whole thing feel worth it. $15,000 you'll definitely get back. $8,000 you already know you won't. You become the family bank, the one everyone calls, and every call is an emergency, and every emergency is yours now. Ray's sure thing fails. He doesn't bring it up again. Neither do you. You never spent $1 on yourself. And 18 months later, the account reads $390,000, and somehow you're the one who feels guilty for having anything left. You sit at this same table at 1 a.m. again. Same chair, same dim bulb. Marcus got the same $2 million. Marcus said no to all of them. They call him cold. They call you generous. One of you still has the money. The money doesn't care. The second rule, the fastest way to lose $2 million is to become everyone's solution. Level 3. You try to be smart. That's what makes this one dangerous. You don't blow it. You don't give it away. You decide to grow it, fast. Your buddy Tyler knows a guy. The guy has an office with a glass wall and a green line on the monitor that only goes up. 30% a year, he says. Conservatively. He says the word conservatively like it's a seatbelt. He shows you a chart. He shows you other people's screenshots. He never shows you the downside, because in this room there is no downside. You wire $1,500,000. You keep $500,000 just in case. And even that feels like cowardice in this office. For 3 months the line goes up. You check it 12 times a day. You feel like a genius. You start using the word conservatively yourself. Then the line stops. Then the guy stops answering. Then the office has a different name on the door. You get back $740,000 of your $1,500,000, and the lawyer says that's actually a good outcome compared to most. Nobody hands a stranger a guaranteed return. They hand them a story good enough to wire money against. The money doesn't care. The third rule, when the upside is promised and the downside is never mentioned, you are not the investor. You're the product. Level 4. You're scared now, so you do nothing. After watching people lose it, doing nothing feels like wisdom. The $2 million sits in a savings account. The same screen, the same number. You like that it doesn't move. Movement is how people lose it. The bank pays you 0.4%, $40 a year on every $10,000. You tell yourself that's fine. It's safe. It's yours. But the world doesn't hold still while you do. Inflation runs 3, sometimes 4% a year, quietly, with no announcement. The number on your screen never drops, but every year it buys less. 10 years later, the screen still says close to $2 million, and it buys what $1,350,000 bought the day your aunt died. You didn't lose a dollar. You lost a third of it, and you never saw a single transaction. Marcus didn't hide his. Marcus let his move. You'll find out what that cost you in a few levels. You sit at the table, same chair. The number glows, safe, shrinking. The money doesn't care. The fourth rule, money that's too afraid to move doesn't stay still. It quietly bleeds. Doing nothing is a decision. It just sends the bill later. Level 5, you buy the house, in cash. And honestly, this is the first decision that isn't a disaster. That's why it fools so many people. $650,000 paid in full. No mortgage, no payment, no landlord. You own the roof, the walls, the lawn, the quiet street. The first morning you wake up owing nothing to anyone, you stand in the empty kitchen and you feel it. Peace. Real peace. Marcus rents. Marcus thinks you're insane. You just locked $650,000 in drywall, he says. You don't care. You can see your house. You can't see his stock account. But here's what the peace hides. That $650,000 is asleep now. It pays you nothing. No dividend, no interest. The house might rise 3% a year, or it might not, and you can't spend a kitchen. You've still got $1,350,000 left. But you treat the house like the win, and the rest like spare change. And slowly, the spare change becomes the lifestyle. A paid-off house is real. It's just not the same thing as money that works. The fifth rule, a paid-off house is peace you can't spend. Comfort and freedom are not the same purchase. Level 6, you clear the deck and you stop. You pay off the house. You pay off the $31,000 car loan, the $18,000 in cards, the student loans you'd stopped opening the letters for. In one afternoon, your debts go to zero. For the first time in your adult life, you owe nobody anything. It feels incredible. It is incredible. Do not let anyone tell you it isn't. You've still got around $900,000 left, and you exhale, because the pressure that's been sitting on your chest since you were 22 is just gone. So, you coast. You stop thinking about the money. You spend a little more than you make and let the cushion cover the difference. $4,000 here. A $9,000 we deserve it there. The cushion is huge. It can take it. A cushion that never grows is just a slow leak with a soft landing. 10 years on, the $900,000 is $300,000, and you're comfortable, and you're stuck, and you can't quite explain how both are true. Marcus never coasted. His number kept climbing while yours kept melting under your good life. The sixth rule. Enough is a trap the moment it stops growing. Comfort is where most money quietly goes to sleep. Level 7. You do the boring thing, and boring, it turns out, is where the money finally wakes up. No car, no sure thing, no hiding it under the mattress of a savings account. You take $1,800,000 and you put it in a plain, low-cost index fund. The whole market in one ticket. You keep $200,000 in cash so you never have to touch the rest. The advisor, Brandon, in his quarter zip, says, "That's it? You don't want anything more exciting?" You say no. Exciting is what cost you the money in level 3. Then you do the hardest thing anyone ever does with money. Nothing. On purpose. For years. It drops 20% in year 2, and your stomach drops with it, and you don't sell. It climbs. It drops again. You don't sell. The headlines scream every year, and every year you don't sell. At roughly 8% a year, money doubles about every 9 years. $1,800,000 becomes $3.6 million. Then $7.2 million. 20 years in, you're sitting near $8.4 million. And you never made a single exciting decision after the first one. That's where Marcus has quietly been this whole time. Now you're standing next to him. The 7th rule: boring is the highest paying job money ever does. The discipline to do nothing is the rarest skill there is. Level 8. The last one. You stop trying to grow the money, and you build something that pays you. This is the version the wealthy actually live, and almost nobody chooses it because it's the slowest one to feel good. You don't spend the $2 million. You spend what the $2 million makes. You put it into things that send you a check. Dividend funds paying 3 to 4%. A small rental that nets $1,400 a month. A boring, real, cash-flowing business you buy a piece of. $2 million, working at 4%, pays you $80,000 a year. Without selling a thing. Without touching the principal. Forever. You wake up in a warm room at golden hour, and on the screen, small deposits are landing on their own. Money you didn't work today to earn. You realize the goal was never $2 million. The goal was the $80,000 a year that $2 million can produce while you sleep. The number in the account barely moves, but it feeds you every single month, and it never runs out, and one day you'll hand it to someone who'll do the same. Marcus calls. This time, he asks you how you did it. The 8th rule: rich people don't spend the money. They spend what the money makes, and the money stays. So, here you are again. 1 a.m. The kitchen, the dim bulb, the cold coffee, the phone on the table, glowing. $2 million. The decimal still there, the 2 zeros after it. Nothing about that number has changed across any of these lives. Same aunt, same envelope, same screen. It bought a Lamborghini and a declined card. It bought a family's love and a stranger's lie. It slept in a savings account, and it woke up in a calm room paying you to breathe. 8 endings, 1 number. The money was identical every time. Because the money doesn't decide anything. It never did. It only reveals what you already were before it arrived. $2 million is not an answer. It's a mirror. And somewhere right now, someone's phone is buzzing on a kitchen table, just like this one. A wire just cleared. A relative they barely knew. A number with too many zeros they've never had to think about until tonight. They have until morning to decide who they are. So do you. You just don't have the $2 million yet. The question was never what you'd do with the money. The question is who you already are, for the day the money finally shows up.